Here's how to draw Lechonk from the upcoming Pokemon game, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. First, we are starting with a sketch. Just drawing a vertical line down, and using this as a guide, we're going to just sketch in a kind of chubby egg shape. And I'm going to go over this later with cleaned up line work. Right now it's just about getting the proportions. So the next thing to do is about halfway to slightly halfway up, just start sketching in a kind of arcing shape that comes down to the base and arcs up, and do the same thing on this side. And then we're going to add in the ear shapes, which are just these kind of leaf type shapes, triangular. We'll come over to this side and do the same thing. Kind of curve around. It goes to the edge. Like that. And then for his little eyes, you just kind of draw like this square oval type shape. And then add in the pupil, which is more or less the same shape, but smaller, and it tucks in under the ear. Then over here, do the same thing. Draw the pupil going under the ear. And then his eyes have these little teardrop shapes that come out at the bottom. It's just these little tears that connect there. And then for his nose, first I'm going to make him a little wider. He's just a little too narrow. So widen him up just a little bit. And apparently this pig type Pokemon, his name Lechonk means young pig, and apparently this particular Pokemon's only like 8 inches tall, so it's just a cute little thing. And normal type, so it's nice to see normal types getting some love. And then for the nose, we'll come down about from here to here. Just imagine about halfway will be the top of his nose, and it curves down like a triangle, and it goes past the base of his body just a little bit. And for his little piggy nostrils, just like draw a straight line, and then draw a curving line, a C type shape. So his nostrils almost looked like sliced pieces of watermelons. Come over here, draw a straight line, then a curving shape. Can actually make these just a little bit bigger. Really interested to see what this Pokemon's personality is going to be like. What's your favorite Pokemon type? I haven't heard too many people say normal. Mine is water because I like turtles. And then we can draw like a little bit of an arc here to make his nose look a little more 3D. Just draw a shape here, like that. And then for his feet, just come down here. It'll go past the nose just a little bit. Draw a horizontal line. And then we're going to draw a diagonal line that connects to the body. Then another one. And then come over here and we're going to draw another horizontal line, and then diagonal line that connects, diagonal line that connects. And for the, what are those called, hooves? Yeah, for the hooves, we're going to draw kind of like a shape like this, like a triangle. Just comes down like that. And then same thing over here. Actually, I'm gonna make the triangle just a little bit to where it doesn't go right down to that corner. We want a little bit of space between the very bottom of his foot. Okay, now I'm gonna do the line work. Now what you want to do is start tracing over what you've drawn and refining the details. So I'm trying to do these in mostly unbroken lines, and it's okay if you have to practice a few times. In the comments, let me know which Pokemon I should draw next. The last Pokemon game I played was Sword. I never played that other one, sort of spin-off series where you sneak up on the Pokemon, but it looks like in the trailer that mechanic is still there, but I'm not sure if it's going to be turn-based as far as the battle, or if they're going to kind of do a best of both worlds, like more traditional style Pokemon battles, and keep other elements from that other series where you can play with your Pokemon in the physical space, or what's going to be going on. But I really hope it turns out good, because I did like Sword, but it kind of felt like an unfinished game where there were some good ideas like the open world stuff, but it just felt like the DLC kind of felt like that should have been with it too, just from the start. But I know that's a thing nowadays where you kind of, you get more stuff as they have more time to develop things, but it would also just be nice to, like the olden days where you bought a game and you got what you paid for. I added flat colors, but if you want to take your drawing to the next level, you can create another layer and do cell shading. So I'm doing highlights, which I just take the base layer, the base color, like select it here, you see my color wheel, and I would basically make it a little bit lighter and just follow the general shape. This can help your drawing look a little more 3D because you follow the 3D form, like the curve of these ears. It suggests how the light is hitting them, and basically the lighting for this is just straight above, just keeping it pretty simple. And I'm just drawing, I'm just going to do two tones, one shadow, one highlights. And if you're not drawing digitally, even if you're just drawing with pencils or something, or markers, you can still achieve a similar effect. Though with cell shading, you aren't doing blending, you're just doing flat colors, which is generally what you see in anime and indeed Pokemon. So, oh yeah, I've still got to do his little back here. Kind of looks like a balloon. This highlights now. Cell shading is one of my favorite parts because the hard part of figuring out the proportions is done, and the hard part of doing the line work, which the line work in a way is easier than the rough drawing because you're tracing, but you still have to be careful. Whereas with the cell shading, it's like putting on the finishing touches, where it's just a little bit more relaxing, and you can kind of just turn your mind off and just follow the shapes and color. So I'm giving him a little bit of shadow underneath his body, going onto his legs. And then we'll give his nose, or actually let's do the brown part of the skin. We'll add a little bit of gloss here. How should we do this? And we'll just make it kind of like this. because I see his ear is curving like this, right? Kind of like if you imagine a triangle, his ear is curving. So we want to have the highlight hitting where it's highest, and that suggests the more 3D feeling of his ear if we give the highlights in the right spot. Like that. Then we'll do the nose, and actually just gonna give a little bit on his forehead here, just a little tiny highlight there. Do I like that? Maybe we'll make it a little bit more like this shape. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Then we'll do the nose highlight, and basically up here is the highest point. I'll have it come around like this. And then we'll give the nose just a bit of shadow too. So have it kind of come up like that and come down and around. If you're drawing with Copic markers, you can do similar cell shading style. But I like drawing digitally because it's just convenient, quick, and it doesn't really cost money because you just have an unlimited number of pixels to use. Where Copic markers are so expensive, I'm nervous to use them because I'm always afraid I'm just going to waste them. We'll give a little bit of shadow underneath his ear. The ears will be casting a bit of a shadow on the eye. Like this. It's a really thin, tiny shadow. And perhaps the ear is casting a bit of a shadow underneath him. So we'll go on his body. Like that. And then we'll do, should we do highlights? Let's see here. Let's see what highlights on the eyes look like. This will be the last touch if it is. Alright, that's good. Let me know who I should draw next. And there's many more Pokemon and Sonic and Mario and just like easy drawing tutorials on my channel for how to draw random easy things like plants or bear faces or dog paws. Just random easy stuff to draw. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. You shouldn't get discouraged if you're having trouble. It's just a matter of sticking with it and practicing and getting better over time. I hope you found this helpful. Like it if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials.